So, if you guys remember, I did a Suicide Squad pitch a little while ago. Like, I did a Suicide Squad pitch because I thought it'd be fun. I decided, you know what? Let's do the Marvel side, because let's be real, Marvel does try to make Thunderbolts like DC, like they're the Marvel Suicide Squad. So, basically, what we're gonna do here, is do like this is gonna be my pitch for what I would do with a Thunderbolts comic. I actually had a few members in mind. I had a story in mind. So I thought, you know what? I really love the Thunderbolts, so let's go into it. So in this version, we're going to go kind of Suicide Squad, but instead of like we are going to have like a Waller character. But much like, this is going to take a lot of from the Andy Diggle run, where in the Dark Reign era, Norman Osborn had like a team of D-list villains who worked for him as like a Black Ops team. And we're going to bring that back, but this time, rather than Osborn having them as like his private army, like his private hit squad, we're going to have this version of Thunderbolts work as like a, Black Ops for the government. And and more or less the person behind this little operation is Henry Gyrick. So Henry Gyrick, as we all know, is one of the biggest assholes in the Marvel universe. He's had dealings with the Avengers, X-Men, and every other superhero team, and was always behind pro-registration. This dude is literally like, you could imagine that Birth of a Nation is probably in this guy's DVD category. Like, it's probably got in his movie category, he probably labels Birth of a Nation as his favorite movie, and probably has like a white hoodie somewhere in his closet. Anyway, so, Henry Gyrick would basically, after the events of like War of the Realms and King in Black and Absolute Carnage, all of those basically make Gyrick go to the president and go, look, we've had a lot of metahuman threats, and after everything that happened with the Immortal Hulk, I am done with all of this, in-between stuff. I will personally oversee a team of people that will carry out these missions carry out Black Ops missions that will carry out America's interest at heart. But you gotta let me have full control. And especially after King in Black, basically the president goes, go ahead, but I have one say. Do not use John Walker in here. You cannot use Walker. He's too unstable. No one is going to follow him. He's proven time and time again he works better on his own than he does in a team. So Walker is off the table. And Gyrick goes, that's fine, I got someone in mind. Like, if we can't use Gyrick, we can use someone who's even a better leader. If we can't use John Walker, we can use the other guy. We can use someone else. And that other person is Flash Thompson, who came back and is now Agent Anti-Venom. So Gyrick basically gets Thompson on his side, and Thompson goes, all right, dude, you gotta let me pick at least some people, clear some people for this team. I have to, oversee them and check them out. He's like, that's not how it goes, but I will let you, take some psych evaluations. We already have some members in mind, and they will follow you. So here's the team. Here's the team in general. Starting off, we have Songbird, classic Thunderbolts member, one of my favorite female Marvel character. Of course, I was going to do a Thunderbolts pitch with Songbird in mind. There was no way I wasn't going to have Songbird in this storyline, and Flash kind of needs someone he can trust. So when the Thunderbolts come for Songbird, she's like, oh Jesus, I already know what this is. Justice like lightning, right? So Songbird joins in, and Flash is like, okay, I know I can trust. Songbird's proven herself to Steve and all of them, so I know I can trust her. So that's good. Who else we got? Juggernaut. Yeah, Juggernaut, who actually was a Thunderbolt in the Jeff Parker run, and Songbird served with. And Kane Marco is kind of I'm not completely evil, but I do serve Sidorak, so I am on the Thunderbolts. They've kind of they're holding stuff over him. Basically what they've got over him is that they're using pseudoscience / magic to bind the gem of Sidorak away from Kane Marco. So now he has to work for them, or they'll start taking away his power, and then something can stop the Juggernaut. So Juggernaut's on the team. Black Ant, who is the life model decoy, the evil life model decoy of Eric O'Grady, who most of you guys will probably know as running around with Taskmaster. Eric O'Grady was on the Black Ops team of the Suicide Squad in Dark Reign, along with it makes sense to have Black Ant here. So now we also have another member from that era, the Ghost. So yeah, the Ghost is also here. Another character thrown in here is Machine Man, who Machine Man has been programmed to serve the government loyally after his little uprising in Iron Man 2020. So now Aaron Stack is now have free will, but now he's kind of like a robot U.S. agent. He wants to protect machine life and the American way. And also I really like Machine Man, so Machine Man's on the team. So, as for others, there's one more character, and this is someone who, because the other major thing in this is that the government has to stay out of this as much as they can, so they have to make it look like a supervillain team. And Flash is not okay with that because now he's has to ruin his image in the name of his government, and that kind of draws a line with him. But he's trying to be like, what would Spider-Man do? And it's basically making him look like he's making him look like the government's basically making him look like a bad guy to people he looks up to, especially Spider-Man. So they have to have someone who does have money and contacts and whatnot. And the person they have on this team is Roderick Kingsley, the Hobgoblin. So yeah, Hobgoblin is a member of this team, and Flash hates it because he's killed. Flash tells him straight up, the moment if Gyrick and his people look away, I will put a bullet in your brain. Because you killed one of my best friends, and you ruined Betty Brant's life. So, the very second they're not looking, I will kill you and make it look like an accident. And Hobgoblin's like, bring it on. So, there is animosity between, Flash and Hobgoblin. So, yeah. Like I said, the main focus is that they have to make it look like a villain team first and foremost, because the government, it's not like with Suicide Squad where they have to they can have deniability. Some of these characters were good guys, so they have to make it look like they've gone rogue or something of that degree. So they have to make it look like the Hobgoblin has made the Thunderbolts in a villain team, and even though Flash is the real leader, Hobgoblin is the figurehead leader when they're carrying out these missions in the name of the U.S. government. So that was kind of the idea I had. I know, very Suicide Squad sounding, but I wanted to differentiate as much as I could. And again, Thunderbolts is basically, at this point, is Marvel's Suicide Squad, and they're owning up in that. I haven't read it, but I do know that was the main drive of the King in Black tie-in with Thunderbolts. So, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this Thunderbolts pitch? Do you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know, and once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.